guys, it's Senti Reads, and as you can see by the video title, today I'll be talking about a novel one of the Impractical Jokers wrote. I used to watch Impractical Jokers a lot back in the day with my sisters, so I was excited to read the book. It's called The Stowaway, and it's about a serial killer on a cruise ship, which is a surprisingly sinister subject matter for a guy who does stupid dares for a living. Wait a minute, which one of the Impractical Jokers wrote this again? For some odd reason, I can't seem to remember. Oh, I know. I'll read some excerpts from the book. That'll jog my memory. Disclaimer. Memes and jokes aside, please view the screen for a content warning. This is about to get graphic. Most of the media had already made up their minds. They were calling Wyatt Butler the worst serial killer in decades. Depraved, evil, a twisted, calculated madman who had preyed on innocent children. Nothing's really coming to mind. I think I need to read a little bit more to figure this out. The gut-churning tableaus of tiny bodies purposely configured in bizarre positions, decapitated limbs next to torsos, tendons stripped, cleaned, and arranged in strange patterns, giving the scenes a sinister formality. And then the weirdest part, stretched over each of the children's corpses were oddly fitting items of kids' clothes that did not belong to the victims. A young boy wearing a yellow sundress, a 4-year-old girl wearing an older boy's communion suit. Oh, wow, okay, that escalated quickly. I still can't remember which one of the Impractical Jokers wrote this, but I know Joe left the show, which means he's not an Impractical Joker anymore, so it must not be him. Otherwise, the title of this video would be Former Impractical Joker Writes a Book or something like that, so it's not him. We can count Joe out. Let's keep reading to see if we can narrow it down between the other three. A severed human head had been meticulously placed in the center of the bed. Male, wearing a pair of circular glasses, the left lens shattered, lips slightly parted, no visible blood in the room at all, and no body. Several tendons at the bottom of the neck had been tied in a neat bow, as if at the bottom of a laced shoe, and had left no signs of errant viscera. Whoever did this macabre act had done so after death, and possibly after exsanguinating the body. I'm pretty sure Q doesn't know the word exsanguinating or macabre or viscera or any of those crazy words, so it's probably not him who wrote this. In the gruesome crime scene photo, the little girl was forced to kneel on the floor in an abandoned log cabin. 6-inch nails had been hammered through her feet and knees to keep her legs in place. A steel rod kept her back straight and her body unnaturally upright like a mannequin. The killer had dressed her in a boy's denim overall, 2 sizes too big for her. Her arms had been removed and placed in front of her, and her eyelids propped open as if the child were looking down upon her own death. Whatever monster had done this to her left no part undisturbed, even her hair. Her brown braids had been chopped off at the scalp and purposefully woven into braids left neatly on the floor in perfectly arranged circles. But most sickening and disturbing of all was the little girl's neck and head, which had been separated from her body and hung down from a rope attached to the ceiling, gently swaying above the tableau.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ! I don't even know what to say about that. What kind of sick bastard even comes up with something so descriptive? I haven't watched the show Impractical Jokers in a long time, but I seem to remember that Sal has a pretty weak stomach. He's pretty squeamish, so I really doubt he wrote this.
Excuse me, ladies. How are you? This is my son, Luke. I was wondering if you could do me a huge favor and just watch him for 1 second.
I gotta take a puke.
I gotta take a puke.
But let's keep reading just a little bit more, and I'm sure we can figure out for sure which Impractical Joker wrote this book. Once he reached the top, he took a deep breath of the cool mid-morning air and peered down into the vat. A swirling mess of cream, limbs, and hair rotated in the large basin. A torso, a shoulder, a thigh. The dismembered parts of a child crammed haphazardly inside the soft-serve ice cream machine. One of the small feet was lodged against the metal stirring rod, causing it to jam and spatter droplets of dairy substance up toward the rim. 2 other officers, Timmons and Shea, had the tougher job. They'd laid out a plastic tarp on the ground nearby and delicately placed the severed arm into position. It was their task to arrange the pieces of the corpse in the order they were pulled from the machine. Slowly but surely, the body began to take shape. The torso was laid out first, then the pelvis, upper arms next. The shins were matched with the feet, then the thighs and the forearms. It was a young girl, each piece of her covered in the melting leftover ice cream. 14 or 15 by the looks of her. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I guess you could say she screamed for ice cream. Ugh. Sorry, not sorry for the terrible joke. I think we're pretty close to solving this mystery, though. If it's not Joe, Q, or Sal, then who could it be? There must be someone I'm forgetting. Who's the 4th Impractical Joker again? Oh, that guy that looks like a ferret! Murr! He had to have been the one who wrote this. I feel a lot better now that we figured that out. Boy, it really wasn't pleasant, though, to read all those horrible things again. I need a palate cleanser or something. Oh, I know, I'll go watch Impractical Jokers. That always cheers me up. I don't think I can look at Murr the same way, though, after reading all of whatever this was. That's all the time I have for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.
I hate Halloween.